afternoon, everybody. In preparation for Blade Show, I've been working like crazy to get some knives finished. When I say some, not all the ones that I planned on doing, but in my desperation to get things done, I came across an interesting technique which had never occurred to me before, which I'm going to share with you today. Many of you may have seen domed pins before, not wanting to try them because they're too difficult. Well, I spent about an hour today trying to do domed pins, and then I thought, nah, screw this, there's got to be an easier way. And I took some advice from Kevin Harvey, who gave me a good advice about copper tacks, using copper tacks as dome pins for some dog bone bowies. But copper tacks are too big for this. So I'm going to show you this little secret on how I went and I did this. If you have a look here, you can see I've got little domed pins. And not only are they domed pins, they're domed pins on strange angles. Now, there are several ways you can do this, but I'm going to teach you the way that I did it, the way I figured out today that made it much easier for me, and hopefully will make it much easier for you. There are a few ways to do this, but the way I do it, these are the tools that you're going to need, not these. This is what happens when you just work and work and work, and you don't tidy up after yourself. Alright, so these are the tools that we're going to need to put the pins in the other side of this handle. Yes, this is a cheating method because obviously the pin is not mechanical fit, so we don't fit it all the way through. But this is blind pinned, so there is no way this is going to slide off. So what we're doing is just decorative pins. Now the nice thing about the decorative pins is you can put them anywhere you want. Okay, so this is just to give the impression of nice clean pinning. Alright, there's a nice piece of giraffe bone I'm working on. And I did, like I say, spend a fair portion of the day trying to figure this out. As you can see, I've been through a whole packet of these little brass rivets, trying to figure it out. And when I finally got it right, life was much better. So I'm going to share with you my super secret method of creating domed pins on a handle. Now, one of the ways you can do it is by taking, this is probably the easier way, by taking your drill and drilling a hole at the angle perpendicular to the surface that you want to put your pin in. But my pins go straight through. So I've drilled the hole, you can see there, I can drill the hole straight. So if you've got a straight hole and you put your pin in, oh boy, let's just clip that off because we already got one in there. Okay, so you're going to put your pin in like this, and that's going to happen. See, but you look at that one, and it fits nicely. So the way you reckon to do it is to bend that pin towards you. But how do you bend that without stuffing up the wood? Because then you're going to have to hammer it, which is like riveting a regular pin. So I'm going to share with you the way I do that. And that's where this weird little thing comes in. Now this is my riveting jig. So you can see I've done many riveted pins on it. But I decided to do that little jobby there. Now this is going to save you a lot of time. What you do is you take your brass, by the way, these are picture frame pins. They're solid brass, they're not brass plated. Alright, so we've got this little, I don't know what that is, maybe about 40 degrees, maybe a little less. And then we're going to take this and we're going to take it to the vise. We're going to give it a whack with our hammer, like this, and that'll bend it over. Now what you got to do, I've drawn a little sketch on the table here of the knife handle. So when I do each pin, I put each pin in its correct place so that when it comes to gluing it all together, I don't forget. So we take our pin, don't even have to clamp it in. All you do is you put it and you brace it up against the side here. Let's just turn that a little bit so you can see. Okay, so you brace it up against the side there, and just give it a few taps. Okay, now you can see it's starting to bend, but only a little bit for now. So now what I'm going to do is I've got to clip it. Alright, then we're going to put it onto the piece that we want to use. Okay, so you can see there, okay, it still needs to bend some more. There you go, nice and bent. And put it there. Perfect. There you go, look at that. Okay, so that's one done. So fast forward as we do all the rest. One of the things you're going to have to do as well is on the inside of these, you can see there's a little mark where these were stamped out. Now that will prevent it from sitting flush against the surface of your handle. You just take a little square file that I've made safe, you put it there and you just rub it. So I've mixed some quickset epoxy here, and we're just going to smear it in the holes. Use your finger, it's fine. And then not forgetting which way around they go. So I've got them all set up there. Take it, put it in the hole. Put it right way around. And what I do is I just give it a tap with the hammer to seat it. The next one. Get one of the pins and coat it in glue and actually stick it into the hole and mix it up. So if I'm doing it like this is sufficient. Then all you need now is some oil. Just wipe the excess glue away. Any oil will work. And there you go. Leave that for a couple of minutes to set. And there you have it. Domed pins on a surface that is not flat. Now what you do is you'll just take that to the buffing machine and you just buff the tips off just to shine it up so it looks like that side. If you've got material that's light, I recommend just buffing these first before you glue them in, and that'll work just fine. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.